Good morning and welcome to our paper folding session. My name is Helen and Paula over here is learning to do paper folding for the first time as well. So paper folding is an old Japanese art, originally called origami, and as I say, it's the art of paper folding. So all we'll be doing today is folding paper and creasing it to give you different objects. Our first thing we're going to make is a little bookmark for the corner of your page. There'll be no more turning down corners, we'll all have a little bookmark. And here are ones I made earlier. As you can see, I've done monsters, I've done mice, I've done pandas, and little ladybirds as well. So you have you can have loads and loads of time creating what you'd like to give a gift as. Okay, so the basic thing we need for paper folding is a square page of paper. Now your print page is an A4 one, which is a rectangle. So to get a square that's suitable for what we're going to make, we're going to fold the paper over in two, and we're going to make two rectangles, giving it a good crease. Now the side of your ruler is mighty for this because it gives it a merciful crease, like so. I find it very handy to put my ruler on the crease and tear, and you'll always get a straight edge. Okay, and now I have two rectangles. To get my square, I take my bottom right hand corner and I fold it over in a triangle, and the two edges will then meet, and that will give me a perfect square with a rectangle hanging out. So you can cut it, or as I like to do with my ruler along the edge, I give it a tear. Okay? Right, now we're going to make a triangle, and obviously we've that done already because we folded it into a triangle earlier. So we're going to give it a good crease across the centre fold. Okay, now as you can see, there's one triangle on the flat and I have one triangle standing up. I'm going to take this top corner and I'm going to bring it towards me right down to the bottom line of the triangle underneath me here. So I now end up with a little flap like so. Okay, I think you can begin to see the shape of it now. I then take my right hand corner and I bring it right up to the top corner. And I give it a good crease because I need fold. And then I take the left corner and I bring it up to the top corner as well. And I give that a good crease. And I now have a rhombus shape with two little flaps ready to go. I'm going to take one of those triangular flaps and I'm going to fold it in over like so. Okay? And I'm going to take the other one and I'm going to secure that one in there like so. And what I have is my bookmark. Now what I've done earlier is I made a little ladybird. My ladybird, as you know, has 3 black spots on a red back. I've cut around the top because the ladybird is round, and then I've just coloured her in. And I have marked my favourite cookbook. I love Rachel Allen. And I have marked it along for my different favourite food recipes in the cookbook. And as you can see, I've done monsters and I have done a panda, all very, very same. In fact, I even have one-eyed monster here, which looks unusual to say the least, and very, very scary as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't like to meet him in a dark evening. Okay, so we popped over that again. Oh, Paul, you're flying away there. Okie doke, we'll do that again. So we need our small rectangle page, which we had from before, and we're going to make the square. So by folding it over and by tearing with good pressure on your ruler, get your corner and tear away, and you end up with your rectangle, with your square. Okay, right, now fold over with the long line of triangle facing you and give it a good crease. Your nails, if they're very strong, will also be quite good at giving you a crease. One side is flat on the page, the other side is can stand up, and you take that top corner and you bring it towards you to the bottom, to the long line of the triangle. And we end up with a little flap like so. And then you take the bottom right hand corner and you bring it up to the top corner. And you'll notice as we go along in origami, triangles and squares are very important. Okay? And we do the same on the other side. We take it along and fold it over. Give it a crease. And we have a little pouch with two flaps. We then take a flap on the right and fold it in. And you take the flap on the left, and again you fold it in. And whatever way you wanted to decorate your bookmark, you have your choice. Okay? Very, very simple, just with a page of paper. Now, next up is our fish for the aquarium. And again, we need a square of paper. To make your square, don't forget. Paul, I've given you a few squares there, okay? But to make the square, don't forget you fold it over, you tear off or cut off the rectangle at the side, and we end up with a square. Okay, right. So, with the long side facing us, again, we make our crease, and we open. We turn the opposite direction, and we go corner to corner again, and we fold and we crease. Okay. Now, I want you to turn that upside down, so it's as if it's going to be coming up at you. And then we take the centre and we fold right over edge to edge again. This time we're doing it on the square, on the straight sides rather than on the diagonals. And again, we give it a good fold. We open it up and we do the same on the other side. Across the centre and we go side to side. Edge to edge. And give it a good crease. And we now have a little hill. Okay, so turn it upside down. Okay. And you will see that when you turn it upside down, these two will flop in together, like pinch in together like so. And these will pinch in together like so. And you will end up with a triangle. Well done. Okay, so there we have the body of the fish. Now to make the tail, we have again two flaps. You take one of those corners, leaving one flat on the table, you take the other one and you bring it into the centre line. Can you see that centre line that you made earlier on? Bring it into the centre line and give it a good crease. And then and then open it up. And then you take the other side and you bring that into the new line that you've just made here. Not the middle line, but the new line you've just made. And you give it a good crease. And then you flip the other side over it. And there we have our fish with a tail. Very good. And obviously to make our fish then, we give him a little eye and his mouth. And again, whatever way you like to decorate your fish, you can make your aquarium look like so. Alright. And now we have a big square. No. Take off the rectangle, Paula. And then we work away and we fold over on the diagonal again and we end up with our 4 triangles. And that's it. that's it. Now, taking this your square edge, now you're looking at a square and you're going to fold the square edge over to the square edge, right over, and the two corners meet and all, and we give it a good crease. And likewise, we do the same on the opposite side. We fold it over, and this time we have 8 triangles. Okay? So back in a rhombus shape again, facing you. Actually, you can turn it over with the heel up, might be easier. We actually fold the corners in now, and then we're going back into a square again. Take the 4 corners into the centre line, 4 corners, fold, and we end up with a square. Making sure we give it a good crease. Okay. Yeah. Now, with the square side facing you, we're going to go over about 2/3 of the way. It's as if you were dividing by 2. Now, if you want to measure it, you can by all means and be absolutely precise. You could measure it and divide it by 3. It should be about maybe 1.5 inches, 2.5 centimetres thereabouts. And open up, and then you do the same on the other side. Fold it over now to your new line that you've just made, and give it a good crease. Okay, now the opposite way. You take your 3rd side and you fold it over about halfway, or it's not halfway, sorry, 2/3 of the way over, I should say, and give it a good crease. And then the other way, folding it over to meet the new line that you've just made. And all these triangles, as I say, will help form a square. Now, take your 2 flaps and pull them out, so you're now ending up in a shape like so. Okay? Now, again, your little trick. Find the box in the middle, square in the centre, because that's going to be the folding box. That's the size your box is going to be. So the bigger your square paper, the bigger the box you're going to make. The smaller the square paper, the smaller the box you're going to make. Okay? So we take our sides, so you take the side facing you, and you fold it up to that line that you've just made and give it a good crease. Even if you fold it down and give it a good crease, it'll stand up for you. Right? And likewise on the other side, you fold it up and give it a good crease along that line that you've just made. And you now have the 2 sides of your box. Now, with your long side facing you, we take this triangle and it just falls in so, like so. Look, lift it up, because you're going to make the square. Lift up the square where you're going to fold it. Now, the other 3rd side, with the long side facing you, Paula, with the long side facing you, okay, where you're going to fold it here, fold it up, and you'll find 2 triangles beginning to fold in over themselves. Yes, but you must hold up your sides as well, and they will fold in. And then you take your other side when it's folded, and you just literally fold over, and in it goes, and that secures that for you. And likewise with the other side, this triangle will fold in and this crease will fold in. And as if you were wrapping it up, it folds over like so, and you flatten it down. So you have it secured at the bottom like so. Okay, and as you can see, these will make plenty of drawers. Okay, that's how we make the drawer, like so. Now, as you get better at folding, you might even like to go onto a piece of card. It's a little bit tougher and harder to do it, but you actually get a stronger box when you're finished. Okay, but it's all down to practice. And as my mama used to say, and as my granny used to say, practice makes perfect. So we're going to leave it there for today. okay? And perhaps another day we'll meet and we'll do our secret drawers and our secret boxes, okay? I hope that you'll be able to make your gift box for your granny and put your sweeties in it, okay? Thank you. Bye.